Haunted. That's how a Madison police officer says he feels knowing the person who killed Stephen Fleck is still on the loose.
1 year ago, the 66-year-old and his black poodle, you see their photo here, were found dead in the middle of Schrader Road on Madison's west side after being hit by a car. Police say they know who was driving it.
It's a case 15 Investigates Elizabeth Wattis has been checking on regularly. Tonight, for the first time, one of the first officers on the scene explains why they chose not to arrest the suspect when they had the chance. It's a story you'll see only on 15 News.
You care a lot about this.
It's this one case that will probably continue to haunt me until we find her.
Haunted by the night this fatal hit-and-run crime scene unfolded more than a year ago.
I remember exactly where I was.
Even more haunted by what didn't happen in the weeks after.
She can't run forever. She can't hide forever.
Officer Sam Breyer is referring to the driver who hit Stephen Fleck and his dog while the two were on a walk. The driver never stopped. Police believe Fleck was in the road for 10 minutes before he was found.
An officer happened to be driving through the area and someone pointed to Mr. Fleck's body and boom.
The officer tried to save him, but it was too late. Weeks later, because of a tip from the public and further investigating, Breyer was confident this woman, Tiambra Walker, was the suspected driver. A suspect who had a rap sheet for hurting people with her car. Police were in touch with Walker's lawyer, who was representing her in a prior hit-and-run case.
When we heard the name Tiambra Walker in the newsroom, we went and looked at her court records and immediately saw, her 4 charges in a different case of hit and run with injury, and how she was in court a few days before that. Why wasn't she arrested then if you knew she was the person you were looking for?
Because all signs pointed to the fact that she was going to cooperate and turn herself in. Frequently, especially in traffic cases, we get word from suspect's attorney that they're willing to turn themselves in, and usually it plays out that way. But
that's not what happened. Walker missed her next court date and hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, I certainly think about every day we had the opportunity to get her and didn't. It's something that will continue to bother me until we find her.
Breyer says a year later, the investigation is airtight and the case is ready for court. All they need is the suspect.
But I think the challenge is she doesn't stay in one place. She has family here. She has family in Chicago. She keeps using any address that you'll find for her as a family member's address. Some of them, her family doesn't live it anymore. Several people have to be helping her and protecting her right now. At a certain point, we're going to find her.
Haunted, but hopeful for resolution.
I don't want to lose sight that this is all about Stephen Fleck, his family, his friends that lost somebody that night that still don't have closure. What's your message to them?
We're going to keep looking for as long as it takes.
So that was only a fraction of my interview with Officer Breyer. I put up the whole thing. It's almost 30 minutes long on our website, so everyone can go and watch that there. Lots of really interesting stuff, really an inside look into all of the police work that has gone into this case so far.
Yeah, Elizabeth, we know it's been a year. We know they haven't arrested Tiambra yet. Have they ever been close?
Yeah, I asked Officer Breyer that, and he said actually a few times. They've been really, really close. But it didn't pan out. He says all it takes, though, is one tip. So really, if you're watching out there and you know anything, you could really help crack this case and get it to court. You can submit your tips to police. You can also do it anonymously, and it really is anonymous if you submit it through Crime Stoppers.
Elizabeth, thank you. We really hope there's someone out there who's able to offer that.